Voodoo magic, fate's curse, a terrifying encounter. The man, James, had been driving through the countryside, on his way home to his beloved wife and children, when a sudden storm forced him to take shelter in a small, isolated village. Seeking refuge, he stumbled upon an old, dilapidated house, seemingly untouched by time. Little did he know that this chance encounter would plunge him into a nightmarish tale of dark magic and unspeakable horrors. As the rain poured relentlessly, James approached the house, his senses tingling with unease. The front door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit interior. The musty smell of decay filled the air as he cautiously stepped inside. The door slammed shut behind him, startling him, but it was too late to turn back now. His heart raced as he climbed up the creaking staircase, each step echoing ominously through the silence. At the top, he found himself in a small, cluttered attic, filled with peculiar objects, jars containing grotesque creatures, strange symbols etched into the floor, and shelves lined with ancient books. A flickering candle illuminated the room, casting eerie shadows on the walls. James tried to make sense of his surroundings when he noticed a portrait hanging on the wall. It depicted a woman with piercing eyes and a sinister smile. Suddenly, the portrait's eyes seemed to follow him, as if alive with some sinister presence. A voice, chilling and melodic, resonated through the room. "Welcome, James," it whispered. "You have stumbled upon my domain, where the threads of fate are woven into darkness." Startled, James spun around, searching for the source of the voice. His eyes settled on a figure hunched in the corner, a woman draped in tattered garments, her hair matted and tangled. It was the voodoo healer. "I have been expecting you, James," she hissed, her voice dripping with malice. "You see, your arrival on this fateful night coincides with the rise of the blood moon, a celestial event that grants me unimaginable power." Fear gripped James as he realized the true horror of his predicament. He desperately pleaded, "Please, release me. I have a family waiting for me, innocent lives that should not be entangled in your dark magic." The voodoo healer's laughter filled the attic, echoing like the wails of lost souls. "Your pleas fall on deaf ears, for tonight, your family shall serve as vessels for my ritual. Their lives will be the sacrifice that completes my ascension." James felt a surge of desperation as he searched for a means of escape. His eyes fell upon a small table, adorned with vials and ingredients. A sudden surge of courage overcame him as he lunged toward the table, knocking it over and scattering its contents across the floor. The voodoo healer shrieked in rage, her powers momentarily disrupted. James seized the opportunity, frantically scrambling toward the attic's entrance. But as he reached the top of the staircase, the blood moon broke through the clouds, casting an eerie crimson glow across the land. A wave of malevolent energy crashed into James, knocking him to the ground. He felt tendrils of dark magic wrap around him, pulling him back toward the attic. Desperate, he clawed at the wooden floorboards, leaving bloody streaks behind. With a final, desperate plea, he cried out, "Please, spare my family. Take me instead." But his cries went unanswered as he was dragged back into the attic, the door slamming shut behind him. The voodoo healer's sinister laughter echoed through the house, mingling with James' screams of agony. Below, in the distant village, James' family slept peacefully, unaware of the darkness that awaited them. The blood moon rose higher in the sky, its crimson light casting an unholy glow over the landscape, as the voodoo healer's ritual reached its horrifying climax. And as the first rays of dawn broke through the darkness, a mournful silence settled over the village, forever haunted by the tragedy that unfolded under the malevolent gaze of the blood moon.